Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, May 27th, 2020, and we are again in the final hour of the trading day. In my humble opinion, the most valid time to make your buying and selling decisions is at the end of the day, and I say this because at the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions coming in. During the day, you have the day traders and the algorithms. They are controlling the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in with size. They deal with a lot of money. They have very smart people. They have the best technology, best information, and they start making their decisions at the end of the day. And this takes the price control away from the day traders and the algorithms. So I consider them the smart money, excuse me, and I prefer to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions based upon what they're doing at the end of the day. I feel like it just gives me just one little extra edge. That being said, I did have one day trade today, and I will show that to you as we go through and take a look at my positions. But listen, thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate it. I always look forward to seeing everyone. I think we have a great group. I appreciate you spending your time here, investing your time here, and I hope you're getting some kind of return on your time investment by hanging out with me. So thanks again for coming. So interesting day today. My goodness, all over the place. Dow is up another 342 points, up 1.37%. The NASDAQ was down a ton earlier, but now it is rallied back. It is up, not a lot. It's up about 29.95 points. It's about up 0.32%. And the S&P is up 25.88, up 0.86%. And I should say the Russell 2000 is the clear winner, up 2.11%. So Russell 2000 strongest, NASDAQ the weakest today, but we've seen a little bit of a selling off in the NASDAQ lately. So, all right, let's take a look. Hey, it looks like Kamal is here. Good chatting with you earlier, Kamal. I always like doing that. Scotty is here. How you doing? Hello, Greg and all. Miko25, hello, sir. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a good day. Dirk is here. Hi, Dirk. Good to see you, my friend. Hello to all. Karen is here. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Good afternoon to you, Karen. Hope you're having a good day. And Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Nice to have you here as always, sir. So, okay, this is the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, what my thinking was, what my strategy was when I bought them, and then, of course, most importantly, how I'm going to manage them going forward. After that, I do have a day trade I'll share with you. And then we are going to go to your trades. Some of you have been kind enough to have share your trades with me. I have them up on the board. We're going to go through, take a look at those. Looks like we're having definitely having a really good day on some of those. So we'll take a look at that. After that, I liked about halfway of the podcast, I do like to talk about trader philosophy, trader psychology, good trading words of wisdom. I read a lot of good Twitter posts, Facebook posts, and when I find something that kind of sticks out to me and I think would be helpful for the group, I like to cut it out, spend a few minutes, talk about it. So we'll do that as well. I mention this each time, but listen, the psychology section or portion of trading, that's the one you have to work on. The entries, exits, supports levels, all that, it's not that hard. You have to learn it, no doubt about it, but you learn it to make a plan. But after you make a plan, following the plan, that's a whole other deal. You can make a plan to have a diet and eat better and exercise. Like, you can make the plan, you know how to do it, but sticking with it, that's a whole other issue. And it's really the same with trading. Then when we're done with that, we're going to go down through my watch list, each stock one by one. I have 3 requirements when I look to enter a trade. First, I want to see a combination or a confluence of indicators lining up on my chart, at least in one time frame, ideally in 2 time frames. I look at each indicator as RSI and MACD, moving averages. I look at those as potential groups of buyers, and you will put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade if you're in the company with as many other buyers as possible. And so that's why I like to look for a confluence or a combination of indicators, or another way to look at it, I like to look for confluence or combination of buyers coming in. Step 2, make sure you have a good risk to reward ratio based upon valid support below you and realistic resistance above you. It's very important to have at least 2 to 1. 3 to 1, 4 to 1 is better, but at least 2 to 1. And then requirement number 3, I always want to be aware of how many positions I have in any particular industry. I don't want to get too heavy in any one particular industry. I want to have some diversification in the type of stocks that I own. So those are my 3 requirements. I'll go through. If I find something that looks good, I'll click it off on the watch list. And then towards the end of the day, I'll take those candidates, try to whittle it down, look different time frames and really come out with a fine tooth comb and try to whittle it down to the best trade of the day. I really, honestly, my preference is to take 1 trade a day. Sometimes I take more, I do, but generally I just like to narrow it down to what has the best confluence, best combination of indicators, best risk to reward ratio, what looks best on multiple time frames. So then if I find something at the end of the day, I will go ahead and enter the trade before the market closes. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them, happy to clarify anything I discussed. If you'd like me to take a look at any stock symbols, please let me know. I'm happy to give you my humble opinion. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the market closes, and if it would be helpful for you, please put them in the chat and put a star by it or emoji, something so that I know it's time sensitive. And then after that, if you have any new entries or new exits and you want me to update the board, if you could just kind of wait till the end of the day after the market closes, gives me a little bit more time to get through everything, and then the pressure's off when the market closes, and then we can make sure we get the board up to date with any new exits or entries. All right, so that is the plan. So hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right. Got that out of the way. Do I have my microphone on? I do. Good. We're good to go. Zach is here. Hey, good to see you, Zach. Always nice to have you here. Marco is here. Hello, my friend. Hope you're having a nice evening in Europe. Appreciate you being here. Marcella is here. Hello, Marcella. Nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a good day. David is here. Hello, Dave. Nice to have you, my friend. Steve Burns is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here as always. Always an honor and a privilege to have Steve in the group. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So thank you, Steve. I always appreciate it. Steve says, hello, everyone. Big bull bounce back today. Yeah, it was looking a little scary there at the beginning of the day, wasn't it? For sure. I'm not sure what the catalyst was, but boy, did it come roaring back like crazy. But thank you, Steve. And Steve has some good trades today. Going to be going over those as well. All right. Well, let's get to it. Okay, where am I? What am I doing? All right. All right, first off, Amazon. So I did take a trade on Amazon to the short side. I took that last week. These are based upon weekly bars. So when I trade weekly bars, my ATR is higher, which means my position size is lower because weekly bars have bigger moves. I did short Amazon here at 24.31 on Friday because last week's bar broke out to a new upper range to the upside, closed back below, back into the old range. That's a bit of a bearish signal. We also went above 70 RSI and below 70 RSI. I shorted here at 24.31.68. Today, Amazon was down a ton. I was really surprised, but I did hit one profit target, which is a pretty big deal to hit profit targets on the weeklies. It has to move a few percent, 2 or 3% to even hit one profit target. But I did cover a portion of my position down here at 23.64, so 45 points lower. And that's why I like to put in these static profit targets, buy to cover, right? Because I'm short. If we look at the daily, you can see I did short here. I mean, we went way down. This is where I covered. We bounced right at the -1 ATR channel. Doesn't surprise me, and rallied all the way back. So like Steve says, big bull rally in the middle of the day. I'm still profitable on this trade, especially because I took I'm still profitable, but also because I took some off much lower. My stop on this to the upside is if we close back into that higher range, which is the orange line. If we keep moving down, I will continue to hit profit targets on the way down. If it moves down, I'll continue to phase out and buy back as we go down. I will be looking for if it moves more than 1 ATR, then I will trail it to the upside with a close above the previous day's high. You don't hear me say that a lot. It's usually previous day's low. And intermediate term profit target here is the 50 RSI, which is 2058, and ultimate profit target is right down here. So anyway, so far so good. Down, and I don't take a whole lot of shorts. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh wait, I'm short. That's good. But I did like the setup on the weekly for sure. Okay, we have another weekly trade. Haven't taken a bunch of weekly trades lately, but I haven't seen anything on the smaller time frames. I did buy Boeing last week on Friday at 137.35. Had a nice little pattern here. We had a V2. Here's bar 1, bar 2 washes out bar 1, bar 3 closes above bar 1's close. We also went under 30, over 30. We also went under the -3rd ATR channel, over the -3rd ATR channel, and back over the -3rd ATR channel. I did buy here at 137.35. It is up 7.7% so far on this trade, but again, these are weekly bars, and so the profit targets are way up here. So I'm up 7.63% on this trade, but I still haven't hit one profit target, and that's just the way it goes with weeklies. So anyway, it's off to a really good start. Very happy for that. All right. Let's get back to regular daily bars. I did buy Caterpillar here at 115.65 back on the 20th of May. I bought it when we had a 5 EMA cross the 20 EMA. This is a good back-tested approach to trading Caterpillar. Nice thing about crossovers is they give you a good trade structure to get out quickly if you're wrong, or possibly they'll keep you in if you have a really nice run up. And I bought it here 115.65. Next couple days went immediately against me, but yesterday we had that huge move up, hit profit targets there. Also hit 2 profit targets today, up 3%. It's moved past my 1 ATR channel, so I will institute a trailing stop. I mean, it's moved 1 ATR from my entry. I don't like that it's rejected the 100, the downward sloping 100 and the 3rd ATR channel. Remember, 92% of prices fail here. So what I'm going to do at the end of the day, it hasn't, it's rejected something to the upside. We haven't had a close below. When this happens, I like to kind of split the difference. I'm going to take off half of my trade today unless it can close at the close at 100. So, even I like to take portions of my trade off, even to the upside if they reject something to the upside. But then I like to keep a little bit to see if there's any follow through. And if we had, so I'll probably take half off today. And if I get a close then below the previous low, I'll go ahead and take the rest off. But this makes sense to me to take a quarter or a half off. I'll just have to see how it all feels at the end of the day. But I'm kind of leaning towards a half. This is up 5.16%. So pretty good so far. All right, SPY. Sorry, I know this chart looks messy because I had some day trades, but first of all, let's talk about the overnight SPY trade. In case we have some new viewers, I want them to understand why I do this, but I do buy the SPY every single day right at the close. I hold it overnight, I take the overnight risk, and I sell it first thing the next morning. Why would I do such a thing? Well, this is based upon a long-term back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest on Twitter. With this approach, they tested two different approaches to see how they compared to each other every day since 1993. First approach, they bought the SPY at the open, held through the day, sold at the close. If you did this approach every day since 1993, you'd have returned a negative 13.9% return. However, if you do the opposite, which is what I do, buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, take that overnight risk, sell the first thing the next morning, positive 634.2% return. So you can see there's a huge difference between when you buy it and when you sell it over time. Here's the chart. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. That is true. We know that. It may never work another day in the history of the world, but if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be something that has good overall results. And you can see over time, this has had wonderful results. It's had some really gnarly drawdowns, which I've gone through this year, but have had a great comeback. But orange line is the buy in the afternoon, buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon. You can see it's done nothing. The blue line is the buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. That's where the edge is. So really goes to show you that there is an edge in holding overnight. So with that being said, I did buy SPY, and I know this looks messy, but I'll just tell you, I wrote it down here. I bought the SPY at the close yesterday at $299.08. Sold it this morning at $301.90. So really nice overnight trade. 2 huge days in a row. Boy, am I making a comeback this year on the overnight SPY trade. So I'm glad I stuck with it. Okay, that being said, let me get rid of these lines here so I can clean this up a little bit. All right. Now, I took a day trade on this. I want you to understand my thinking. So when I looked at the day trade, the SPY was down here at the 200-day moving average, and it still was holding it. So I knew on the daily I still had some pretty major support of the 200. Then I went down into the 39-minute bar, and I noticed it had just bounced off the -1 ATR channel and was just about to form a V1. So daily still had daily was at the 200, but still above it. On the 39-minute bar, I had seen this reversal and rejection of the -1 ATR channel. So what I did then is I went to the 5-minute chart to look for my entry. And here was my entry. We went under, this is 5-minute, under 30, back over 30, under the -3rd, back over the -3rd, under the 200, over the 200. So that is how I set this trade up. I bought it here at 297.78. I sold half of my position here at 298.40 because it rejected the 10-day moving average. And then it just kept moving up and up and up and up and up. And right here, I sold the other half at 299.02 when it rejected the 50 RSI. I was on Skype with Kamal, and I said, okay, I got out here. And then the next bar just went huge down. I was like, oh man, am I glad I got out of that right in time. And then it just took off from there. But anyway, really good trade on that. Very happy for that. And so all in all, great day. Everything is green on the board, even the short, which is definitely a bonus. All right, let's see where we're at here. Now let's take a look at some of your trades. Bing He, Kamal, and Frank are in GIB. GIB had this nice higher low V1 bullish engulfing bar. Over all the moving averages, I think everyone got in here approximately 62.18. Yesterday it moved up nicely. Today it gapped up, but now it's down slightly under the entry price. So Binghee, Kamal, and Frank have that trade. If there's any changes there at the end of the day, please let me know. Oh, and I should say, Pince & Co. and MA also had Boeing. I forgot to mention that. So they are also in this trade with me. That one's doing well. And then who has Caterpillar? Does anybody else have Yes, Karen and David have Caterpillar as well. So looks like we're all doing pretty well on there. Sorry, I forgot to mention those. Okay, Kamal has a great trade on Twitter here. Bought it back here on the 7th of May. What we did is we had a return to value trade into the value zone, sideways motion, nice V2, entered here 28.73. The stop was a close below halfway of this bar. 2 days in a row it tested it, but held it. And this thing has been a monster for Kamal. So down today, but Kamal's going to tell me at the end of the day if he's changed anything back or forth. But up 14.57%. Congratulations, Kamal. All right, another trade for Kamal. Kamal did buy silver AGQ. He bought the double leverage silver here at 21.39 when SLV had the 520 crossover. A few of us bought silver here as well when it had the crossover. I ran up to here, scaled out of, no, was it this one? I can't remember. I had oil and I had silver. I think it was oil that I phased out of. But anyway, that's why he took the trade, the 520 cross, but gap down today, nice up move. So far, Kamal is up 30% on this trade. And I did notice I put this over here. He did sell half of his position here. So any changes on this, I think he's keying off the silver to see whether or not for his balance to see if it's holding on over the 200, which it does look like it is. Steve Burns and Karen have Walt Disney. They bought it when the 1050 EMA cross happened here at 114.57. Moved up really nice the next day, kind of moved sideways, had a big day up yesterday. Another big day up, but it's reversed back a little, but really nice trade, Steve and Karen. Let's take a look. Looks like you are up approximately 5.29%, so beautiful. CRM, Glenn has had this trade. He bought it at 166.75, moved up nicely, came back down, moved up nicely, came down. Has earnings coming up, but Glenn is still in this about profit about $10. So congratulations, Glenn. XLU did buy MA, which is utility sector 55.57. Bought it here. Looks like with this false breakout to the downside, bullish engulfing bar V1 moves sideways, then just up, and it's up today. So very nice there. Pins is Nick. Nick bought 1850 calls expiring on Friday. It's at 1903, so he's in the money, 53 cents, so that looks good. Steve Burns and Karen also bought SSO, double leverage SPY. They bought it here 115.47. With the 1050 EMA cross. Bought it here at 115.45, immediately went back down, then up, and then down. Huge gap up yesterday, went down today, huge recovery back almost to the open. So fantastic trade, Steve and Karen. And it looks like the two of you raked in about a 3.59% so far on that trade. That's really good. Steve Burns had a great trade on IWC. This is the micro caps. Same thing here. We had the 1050 EMA crossover, bought it here at 79.45, and it's just moved up nicely, recovered nicely. It's at a 67 RSI, so we starting to kind of get up into that tough spot to get over. Up 6% on this. Beautiful. Steve, And Goldman Sachs, boy, a few of you had Goldman Sachs. This has been a fantastic trade. 520 crossover 5 days ago, about 180.56, moved sideways and then blasted off. I think Karen, maybe Bing He, Steve got out yesterday after a beautiful 5 or 6% move up. But look at this, Kamal hung on and he got rewarded with another 5.71%. This trade becomes easy at this point because now we're above the 200-day moving average. That 200-day would be a really good trailing stop below. So congratulations, Kamal. Kamal has just murdered it lately. He has just had a fantastic month. And then Kamal and Karen also bought oil. We were below the -1 HR channel. We moved sideways. We had a stab down, reversal back up. I took this trade as well. It has moved up, 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 up. I scaled out. I ran out of shares up here. I don't think Kamal and Karen did. They are still in it, down a little bit today, but about 13%. So these are massive moves, man. I gotta say. So congratulations, everybody, on your trades. They look really, really good. Majority of them. So really, really great. Steve says, looks like I'm adding DDM today and holding what I have. IWC, Disney, and SSO. Yep, DDM is a double leverage Dow. I believe it has a 1050 EMA crossover today. We're definitely going to take a look at that. Frank says, oh, we got a 2 blocker. Okay. Poem. A stock is not the same in a different time. Oh, sorry. A stock is not the same in a different time frame. A minute, a day, or even a week, you'll be surprised how a stock you can tweak. So find an angle, get perspective. Sometimes traders need a different directive. Wow, so good. One more time. A stock is not the same in a different time frame. A minute, a day, or even a week, you'll be surprised how a stock you can tweak. So find an angle, get perspective. Sometimes traders need a different directive. You know, and that's so true. You can, you know, time frames are a funny thing because you can have, in one time frame, you can be overbought, and in another time frame on the same stock, you can be oversold. Isn't that interesting? You know, it's a good point to mention that. That's why I think it's so important to look at your possible setups on multiple time frames. You know, they're fractals, they're fractals, they're cycles within cycles and cycles, and like just like that SPY trade I took earlier today. Exactly what I did. I identified something on the daily. I went to a smaller time frame, the 39-minute, found something there, and then I expressed my trade on the daily, on the 5-minute. Essentially, the daily was holding support with the 200, which is always strong, and then I took the trade when it was oversold on the 5-minute, right? So thank you, Frank. Steve says, clean DDM 1050 EMA crossover. All right, we are going to look at that one for sure. Kamal says, I will be closing USO and Twitter if they close below the 200. Well, USO is below the 200 already, right? And Twitter, I get that one, but USO has never got to the 200, right? Come on. Hi, Greg. Open a trade on Netflix with the rejection of 50 EMA and second Keltner channel at 400. Awesome. Glenn, if you don't mind, if you're still here, if you could remind me at the end of the day, and then that way I'll just get everybody's new stuff on there. USO 5 EMA. Okay, not the 200. Gotcha, Kamal. Glenn says, very tempted to buy Canadian banks with earnings out, RYTD, BNS, but all are under 200 SMA. So you got to stick to my rules. Only buy stocks above 200 SMA. Yep, those are rules for Glenn. Those are good. Kamal says, I scaled out of 1/3 Goldman Sachs at 200 day. Oh, that's right. Nice. Way to go, Kamal. Bing He says, hi, Greg. PZZA. What is that? Is that Domino's? Oh, it's Papa John's. Wow. Yeah, that's a big reversal. That's a V1. It's a bullish engulfing bar. It's over the 5, the 10, and the 20. Massive washout. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's okay. I mean, we got pretty high up there. Bounced off the negative 1 ATR, or bounced off the 1 ATR channel, which is good. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Lots of volume here. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Glenn says USA banks, Goldman Sachs, and Morgan Stanley are above 200, so qualify for a buy. Yep, they have been on fire lately, for sure. All right. So listen, before we start going down through my watch list, before we start looking at any potential trades today, you know, I like to spend a few minutes here at the halftime of the show and talk about trader psychology, trader philosophy, good trading words of wisdom, really great Twitter channels, Facebook channels out there. Spend a lot of time, burn a lot of calories, and post good things for us to read. And like I mentioned earlier, when I find something that looks good, I like to do a few minutes on it. I hope it's helpful for you. It's always helpful for me as well. This is from Trading Composure, at Trading Composure on Twitter. Fantastic channel. Boy, you know, he really digs deep when it comes to trading psychology. This person really understands the importance of it, and he posts some wonderful things. So if you haven't followed him, I would suggest following him. Trading, like lifting weights, is a process. In both cases, you should think of increasing your size or weight in small increments as you get better. In both cases, the best way to hurt yourself is by wanting fast results while disregarding the process. Whether it's weights or whether it is trading, that is exactly right. You have to, you know, when you go into the gym, you don't want to throw all the plates on there and start lifting away if you haven't been into the gym for 3 months, right? You want to go, you want to ease into it. You have to get acclimated. Your body has to get acclimated to the weight, and then you get a little stronger, you can put on a little extra weight. And that's how it works, but it works the same way for trading. It really, really does. You have to get acclimated to your position sizes. You know, if all of a sudden I said, Bing He, you have to trade 1 million shares of Apple, well, man, one little move is going to be massive, either up or down for him. And, you know, is he going to be calm, cool, and collective and be able to trade that million shares if he's used to trading 100 shares? Probably not. I wouldn't, right? You have to get acclimated. Just like when you go hiking in the Himalayas, you go up a little bit, your body gets acclimated. You have to get acclimated to your size. So, you know, that's why I mentioned yesterday, think small, trade small. With small amounts, you're going to do better than if you trade big, think big, and have big and use big positions. You really are. You know, start out with 50 shares. Once you get used to that, move up to 75. Once you get used to those swings, you can move up higher, right? But it's very important, just like you're going into the gym, you ease into it till you get used to it, your body gets used to it. And in trading, start small, ease into it until your mind gets used to those. So thank you, Trading Composure. I appreciate that. Again, at Trading Composure on Twitter. Appreciate that. I hope that was helpful. Bing He says, may need to get out of GIB today. Bearish engulfing bar. Yeah. Now oh yeah. No, I'm not sure on that actually. Hey, Dave Lincoln is here. What's going on, bud? Here's Dave Lincoln from the Short Vol Show. It's Famous Dave Short Vol Show over on YouTube. That is my VIX specialist friend. I did an interview with him last week. It's up on my channel if you'd like to watch. Let's see what Dave says. Hi, Greg. SpaceX launch happening in 58 minutes. Air Force One just arrived, so the nation will really be focused there. Oh, cool. That's great. I remember back in the 80s when I was in junior high school, I watched the first Challenger blast off. The whole school stopped and we all watched it. That was amazing. Remember those old days? Old timers out there like me? Yep. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. I guess I'll have to catch that um, after the show. All right. Before we get going, I want to look at my current positions. All right, so my short on Amazon did hit the one profit target today, way down here. It has rallied, but it's come off a little bit, so still nicely profitable. BA also on the weekly, very nice, up 7.94%. Caterpillar, two profit targets today. I am going to go ahead and take off. Let me take a look here at the weekly. I'll probably take a quarter off. I'll probably take a quarter off with that rejection of the 100 and the third ATR channel, in addition to the profit targets I've already taken off. So that looks good. And then SPY had the no. I'm just going to take these all off, clean up this chart. Okay. So had the nice gap overnight on the SPY trade. I will be buying this again today at the close. And one more time through everybody's trades, Bing He, Kamal, and Frank. This has rallied up. It looks like everyone is still profitable, but like Bing He said, we do have a bearish engulfing bar to the downside. Twitter, Kamal's had a fantastic trade on this. Looks like it might close below the 200. AGQ, doing really well. Really well. Disney's down a bit today, but Steve and Karen still had a nice day on there. Glenn still has a nice trade in Salesforce. Nice rally off the bottom. MA still profitable on the XLU trade. Pins profitable. Steve profitable on SSO. IWC just strong into the close. Fantastic, Steve. Kamal, beautiful trade on Goldman Sachs and USO. So I don't see any losing trades here whatsoever for you or for I anywhere overall. I'm not saying just on one particular trade today, but that is good news. And I am really glad. You know, I always talk about having your garden. I always talk about when you have a loss, get rid of that thing quickly. That's a weed. Keep your garden free of weeds. So that's what it's about, and let your flowers grow. And everybody looks like they are letting their flowers grow. So really great. All righty. Let's see what's happening today. Apple up a little bit, not too much. I didn't like that bar yesterday, that false breakout to the downside, V1 to the downside. It's up a little bit, well off of its lows for sure, but I'm waiting for this to come back into the value zone. Adobe also down, big reversal off the bottom. Look where it happened, right in the value zone, but I don't see anything here. Amazon I have with the short. So far, so good. I took this on the weekly bars, but if I was looking to trade Amazon on the daily bar, so the long side, now that it's come in the value zone, I just need to see it settle down a little bit. I mean, there was a lot of volatility here and back up. I wouldn't be surprised if we went back down again tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we went up tomorrow. But for me to get interested in a separate long trade, I just need to see this start going sideways and build a little consolidation. Boeing I have with the weekly trade. Really, really good. Alibaba is down today. We had a nice trade on Alibaba here. We went up. A bunch of us had it. I scaled out, and I think I got out here. Berkshire Hathaway, really strong. Bit of a strange bar here, though. You know, it's off of its highs up near the third ATR channel, but this has been a monster. I did buy this in a different account that I managed, so this has been a great move. Beyond Meat, boy, that dump today. Look at that. Above the, you know, do you want to buy above the value zone, or would you rather buy in the value zone? All right. Not every single time, but a lot of the times when you're above the value zone, You're way better off buying it in the value zone than buying it above the value zone. Caterpillar I have. I'm going to have to watch that at the end of the day. Carnival. DDM. This is what Steve's talking about, the 1050 EMA cross. I personally can't buy this one. We are overextended. I don't like to buy crossovers over the second ATR channel. That's just a personal preference of mine. Doesn't mean this thing can't go up any further. More likely than not it will, but that's my line in the sand, is the second ATR channel. Nothing over there, and we're above there. But on the bright side, we do, looks like we're going to close above the third ATR channel, which is very strong, and that is bullish. DIA, of course, that's the same thing. Disney, did go positive by 4 cents. That's good for Steve and Karen. Etsy, somewhat interesting, actually. We're above the 1 ATR channel. We come into the value zone. We go sideways, and look at this V1. I have to say, I like Etsy here. Earlier in the day, I didn't even notice that this was shaping up. So let me do some math on this. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking my maximum loss that I can allow on any one trade, kind of a rule of thumb, 1%, 0.5%, 1%. I take that amount. So if it's $100,000, 1% is $1,000. I take $1,000 and divide 10.63 into it, and it would tell me exactly how many shares to buy. So I do like Etsy. Facebook, nothing. Gold, big reversal. This is called an oops, where we gap down, reverse back up, but too much downwards movement for me to take this V1. Google, big recovery. Goldman Sachs, unbelievable, Kamal. Wowzers. Fantastic, my friend. What a monster trade. Home Depot, need to pull back into value. IBB has a nice V1, but not up against this big old bar here. That's what scares me. There was a lot of selling yesterday on a lot of volume. We did recover. We did have a V1 here, but I just see too much supply in the market with this big move down. Intel, looking for a pullback into value. Russell 2000 is a monster, monster, monster. J&J, little bounce off the 100-day moving average here. Not enough for me. CarMax, big day up. Looking for a pullback into the value zone. Is above 70 RSI. That is pretty strong. Coca-Cola, just kind of hanging out there. I don't see anything on Coca-Cola. Lockheed Martin, boy, look at this thing. I've been fascinated by Lockheed Martin all day today. Look at this monster bar. Huge bar, big volume, increased volume. I can't chase it this high, right? I'd like to buy it if it was barely over the 200. So if I'm wrong small. To me, this looks like a bit of a trend change with this strong move up. Like I said, I'm not going to chase it up here. I might in the future, if we can come back down to about halfway, I may enter there just on the fact that we're holding at halfway. Just because it would then give me a smaller loss under the 200 to give me a better risk to reward ratio. But this one might just get away. If it keeps going, it keeps going. But if it does come back about halfway, I'll enter my position there. MasterCard is down today, having a problem with that that third ATR channel. Mickey D's. Merck, I've been waiting for Merck to come down here to give us this double bottom with the bullish divergence. There is a divergence here, but we haven't really come down to test this low, so it's not a true divergence. It's a higher low V1 in a way. I think I'm just going to have to let this one go. Microsoft only down 11 cents. Man, that thing was down like $3 earlier. So nothing there. Netflix. All right. So who told me about Netflix? Was it Glenn? Glenn's thinking about buying Netflix. Or maybe he already did. I'll have to look back through the notes. Nike. Wow, Nike's a monster. Philip Morris, nice big move up here. Don't see anything there though. PayPal is down today. Q's up a little bit. Silver looks like it's holding over the 200 for Kamal. SPY had the nice overnight gap. I do have this in my system to buy this at the end of the day. SSO, Steve and Karen doing very well with SSO. Teladoc, man, this thing was down 10% earlier. Wow. But I don't want to get involved with that. Bonds just hanging out. Look how bonds are holding this lower range here. You know, this bonds are near support for sure, but I don't see any trigger. Tesla, slightly positive. Twitter for Kamal under the 200 now. UAL up 3.4%, but of a bit of a bearish bar to the downside. Natural gas is down. Don't see anything there. Wow, United Healthcare. Boy, things really did turn around in the middle of the day. I mean, this was looking ugly earlier. Okay, here is oil for Kamal and Karen. I think Kamal's going to get out the close under the 5 EMA. Here's the dollar. You know what I wanted to show you on the dollar? Look at the sideways motion on the weekly bar on the dollar. Remember what I told you? Sideways motion, and the more you have it, almost guarantees you for a setup that something's going to move strongly one way or the other, either upside or the downside. But there is a lot of consolidation going on here. A lot of consolidation. And this is really winding up the price tight. Once somebody figures out which direction it should go, it should move fast. But we just don't know it. We don't know what direction, and we don't know when it's going to happen. But it will happen. So I've been keeping my eye on the dollar, looking for some kind of break. So that's how I analyze that. VIX was up much higher earlier, gave a lot back. Verizon, I don't see anything there. Walgreens, rejection of the 50. If I was in this trade, I would get out today because it rejected the 50. Walmart, oof, not doing so hot. Energy Select. We have a double top with the bearish divergence. See the highs we have over here with the tall bars, and we pull back into the value zone. We get some red bars. Now we're higher, but look how tall the bars are. They're really short compared to these previous bars. This means that this move up was much stronger from a momentum standpoint. This move up here, even though higher, is not as strong. So the implication there is this may be a bearish situation, but I would still need some kind of trigger to get me short. XLF is going to be huge. Very, very good. Real estate doing well. Utilities up, so good job MA. XLV, it's a V1, but all sorts of craziness here. I don't want to get involved. And Zoom's down 1.56%. So honestly, for me, I like Etsy the best. Above the value zone, into the value zone, sideways motion. My stop on this trade will be a close below halfway of the washout bar, which will be about right here. So I will place this trade at the end of the day. And, you know, my risk, my theoretical risk is about this much. If we can go back up and test highs, I'll have 2, 3, 4 times possibly to the upside than I have to the downside, theoretically. Of course, it could go crashing down 20% tomorrow. I don't know, right? So that's what it looks like I'm going to do. Current positions, Amazon, the short, is still good, still positive. Boeing is doing really well. Getting close to that profit target. Caterpillar, oh, I may not have to take off anything. It looks like it might close above the third ATR channel and the 100. So if it does, I won't have to take anything off. And then SPY, just buying that at the end of the day. That's that. Kamal says EA. Pincy says, I hate the weekly chart on Etsy. Do you? Let's take a look. Well, I've definitely seen better. I do like it bounce near the 10-day. I do like it's holding the 5 EMA. I'm glad that it's not at the third ATR channel. And look at the huge momentum on Etsy, right? When you have huge momentum like that, it's not a bad idea to buy that first pullback. So that is why I'm buying Etsy. EA. I mean, it's a massive washout. It's a V1 for sure. It's above the 50 RSI. I mean, all sorts of stuff going on there. I just don't like the risk to reward personally, Kamal. If you go halfway, you are way down here. So I think me personally, I'm going to let that one go. All righty. FRPT. Fresh Pet. Yeah, nice bullish engulfing V1, but I wouldn't buy a V1 right there at the 1 ATR channel, especially you have the other, this resistance right here. Doesn't mean it can't keep going up, but again, the risk to reward would be a little concerning to me. Let's see, did this test the 30? Close. It tested the low 30s. You did reject the 200. Now, that does give you a better risk to reward for sure. Steve says, my trading account is at all-time highs today. Fantastic, Steve. Congratulations. That's it. What happened here? That's a huge accomplishment. Huge, huge, huge. And it looks like it's going up every second. Kamal, look at Kamal on this thing, on this Goldman Sachs. This thing won't stop. That's fantastic, Steve. Very, very good. Everybody should congratulate Steve on that because that's a definite achievement. All right. So Caterpillar so far looks okay. And it looks like I'm going to buy Etsy. I think that's the only thing I'm going to buy today. The only thing I'm having to watch out for here is Caterpillar if we sneak back down under. All right. Oh, Glenn opened a trade on Netflix with rejection of the 50 AMA and second Keltner channel. All right, so I'm going to get Netflix on here for Glenn. Hey, nice job. He's already in the money. 20 bucks. Almost 20 bucks. $400 even? 400 even? All right. Glenn. All right. Very nice trade, Glenn. Looks like Caterpillar's fine. Boy, I'm not getting any discount on the SPY today for my overnight SPY trade, am I? All right, let me get some things loaded here on Etsy. All right, I'm going to go ahead, just take care of this. All right. Wiener Dog Trading. Karen says, Steve is a rock star. Congratulations. I agree. Congrats, Steve. That's a huge, for traders, that's the best thing. Pincy says, Etsy Daily Elder Impulse is red. No, it's not. It's blue. Pincy right here. See the impulse? It's blue. It's red on the weekly. Oh no, it's blue on the weeklies. Even better for the impulse. So it's blue. Coming up to 1 minute. Now it's green. Now it's green. You're welcome, Steve. Caterpillar looks like it's staying above. So no change there. CRM almost going green. Oh, it is green. Fantastic. All right, 10 seconds. I think we have a 7-second delay from when maybe somebody can count. Closed. Now it's closed. I wonder how long after I say close the market closes. Okay. So listen, nice job today, everybody. Wow, what a day. Dow up 500 points. Where did that come from? That's amazing. That's amazing. So listen, I'm going to If you have any changes to your trades up on the board, you want me to take something off, make a note, put something on, please let me know. Before I do, just quickly want to do my quick little daily plug and let everybody know that I do offer private one-on-one coaching and teaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I've been trading for 24 years. I have studied with some of the best traders out there and authors, Steve Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams. I've studied with them all one-on-one, and I do teach a course. It's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. And everything I've learned from these gentlemen and all the experience that I've had, that is what I teach. I like teaching one-on-one. I think it's the best and most efficient way to learn because you can ask questions in real time. And I also ask you a lot of questions. The first part of the class I teach. The second part I have you teach it back to me. I throw lots of curveballs at you, all sorts of stuff to make sure that you really understand the lesson when we are done with it. So, if you're interested in taking the class with me, just reach out to me. You can send me an email on you can send me an email, and the email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. If you do reach out to me, what I like to do is I like to have a Skype call with the prospective student first. It's just to get to know you call. It's not a sales call. There's no sales pressure on my end. It's not a sales call. It just want to make sure we're a good fit for each other. If you were teaching trading like I do, you would realize that there are some people that you want to teach and there's some people that you don't want to teach based upon what their expectations are and so forth. So that's why I like to have that Skype call so that you can ask me questions and I can ask you questions just to see if we're a good fit. So it's $1,000 for the course. I think it's a really good price. I think it's worth every penny. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. And then also, if you like today's podcast or live stream, if you're finding this information helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. It really helps promote the channel on YouTube and grow the channel. So if you could, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Today, I bought the SPY at 303.53. 303.53. That's my overnight SPY trade. I will be selling that first thing tomorrow morning. 303.53. Okay. And then I also bought Etsy. And I bought Etsy at 76.05. Oh, good. It's at 76.28. So that was a good little into the 76.05. Stop is going to be a close below halfway of this bar. If tomorrow we close below, I get out. If intraday it tests it, close back over, I will keep it. But I like that we close over the 20. It's a nice V1. I like the sideways motion here in the value zone. I like that we're above 50. I like that we increased volume today to the upside. And so far it's in the money, which I also like. Wow, what a day. The last 2 days have been fantastic. My gosh. All right. Kamal says 28 seconds. Huh. That long of a delay, huh? Okay. USO. Kamal is out. Fantastic trade, Kamal. Beautiful. Twitter is out. Beautiful. That was a monster. Okay, so we're going to get rid of Twitter. And I took you off of oil. Kamal bought pod. Okay. Alrighty. I don't know exactly where you bought it, but I assume it's near the close. All right. Karen says, every once in a while, go to 2 times speed to catch up as it lags a bit over time. Oh, interesting. Bing He says, exited GIB. Okay. Oh. Okay. PZZA. $78.62. For Bing He. Good, good. BGS. 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 Okay. 20. Oh, beautiful trade. He bought it right at the open. 2304. Wow. Beautiful, Bing He. Nice trades, my friend. All right. Karen is in with me on Etsy. Oops. Okay. Frank also bought Etsy. And DKNG. DraftKings, huh? Oh. This must be new because 3410. Okay. Peace Plastovsky. Did you buy outright shares in SPY or use options? I just bought the outright shares. The SPY. Yeah, I didn't buy options. Also, what exact time do you execute the trade on the SPY? I just put an order in during the day to buy it at the close. That way I don't have to worry about it or think about it. So I do a market on close order. So buy this many SPY, market on close. Then I don't have to worry about it, just automatically buys at the end of the day. And then after the close, then I just put in a sell order for the next day's open. So it's real quick. I don't have to be up. I don't have to deal with anything. Because sometimes at the end of the day, I have all this stuff to deal with, and having that automatic buy at the end of the day is nice. Boy, Amazon got whooped up on today earlier. and made a huge comeback, but I did lock in some profits down here, which I'm glad I did. So far, even with the market moving down, it's been pretty fortunate to have this trade be positive with the huge up days we've had. I mean, we've rallied what, 1,000 points in the last 2 days, and Amazon's been down. Miko's in Etsy. Okay. All right. So the IWM, the clear winner today, by far, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think we're having some rotation out of tech. I think that's what's going on. We're rotating into these larger mega cap stocks. Glenn says, Greg, bought Netflix at 3016. Okay. I had it down here at, or 403, sorry. 16. Okay. Right at the 50. Gotcha. Gotcha, Glenn. Boy, there are a lot of positions here. Lots of positions. Look at this. All right. What's happening after hours here? Amazon is down. Etsy is up. S&P is down a penny. All right. PC, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Pace or PC. Great, thank you. That makes sense. Yep. So it is an absolute beautiful day here in Utah. Just stunning. Gonna put on the hiking boots, take Katie for a little walk. I am teaching tonight. I have a brand new student tonight. It's going to be their first lesson, so I'm always excited to have new students. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's the rest of my day. Oh, I forgot to show everybody the Choose Wisely today. All right, we'll do tomorrow. It looks like the astronauts getting ready to go. That'll be fun. Hopefully they'll be safe. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. I hope you have a nice day as well. Glenn says, end of month coming up. Feel a rotation out of high-flying stocks. No longer long Q, short IWM. Bank showing strong support. Yeah, the Q IWM trade kind of did a 180, didn't it? Bing He said, anyone still holding GIB? I think I exited today too early, but I did close above yesterday's low. So Frank and Kamal, are the two of you still in GIB? I think that's all I have here. All right. Well, thank you for coming today, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Oh, Kamal says, I am holding GIB. We'll close it below 6107. All right. So Kamal is still in, and not sure about Frank. Frank says, I still have GIB, but I do have a stop on it. Okay. That would surprise me if Frank did not have a stop. I'm glad to hear that. I know Frank always has stops because Frank is a good trader. All right, everybody. I think that's it. Appreciate you coming today. If you could, try to go do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile or a wave or hello or be pleasant. Just something. It's a good policy, right? Somebody may do it for you one day. And also, if you can remember, if you're still here, if you could hit the thumbs up button before you leave, I would really appreciate that. So, all right, that's it. That's a wrap. Have a good rest of your day. Hope to see you tomorrow, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.